Okay, let's dive in. Have you ever had that feeling like you're just picking at crumbs when, deep down there's this huge table piled high with amazing food? It's
Mm.
such a powerful image, isn't it? This idea that maybe we live below our potential,
Way below sometimes.
settling for less than we deserve, maybe without even noticing it. But, what if we're actually meant for so much more?
It's a huge question. And really, that's the core of this deep dive today, this idea that maybe the table has always been full.
Right.
So our mission really is to explore some fascinating sources, different perspectives that challenge us to see what's often called our divine potential, our birthright even.
Okay.
We're going to look into what it really means to stop, eating the crumbs and claim that abundance. We've got ancient wisdom, some specific spiritual teachings you brought.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a mix.
That's right. And I think to really ground this whole idea, we kind of have to start with a story that everyone knows or at least has heard of. It's like the classic example of walking away from your inheritance, settling for way less. I mean, the parable of the prodigal son.
Ah, yes. Foundational.
Exactly. You know the story. Young guy demands his share, blows it all on, well, reckless living.
Ends up completely broke. Worse than broke.
Yeah, destitute. Literally wanting to eat pig feed. But then, and this is key, he comes home expecting the worst, right?
Total judgment.
And instead, he gets welcomed back, open arms, a huge feast. It's quite the turnaround.
It is. And it's so much more than just a moral lesson, isn't it? It's really this powerful teaching about seeing our own worth.
Our inherent worth.
Yes, inherent worth. And crucially, never settling for less than what these texts call our divine inheritance.
So how does that connect to us today?
Well, the parallel is pretty direct, according to these sources. We, too, are often heirs to this amazing spiritual legacy, this abundance. But just like the sun, so many of us kind of choose to live below that potential. We get distracted, caught up chasing what sources call fleeting pleasures and false promises.
The shiny objects.
The shiny objects, exactly. The crumbs. It really makes you ask, doesn't it? What feast are we ignoring right now in our own lives?
That's a heavy question. And it's fascinating how this theme, this idea of inherent abundance, just echoes across so many different traditions. It seems really fundamental.
It really is.
Like you take Jesus' statement in Luke, the kingdom of God is within you. That's not just, a nice spiritual thought.
No, it's radical.
It completely flips the script, right? It points inwards.
Yeah.
To an internal source of abundance we probably overlook all the time while we're busy looking outside ourselves.
And if you follow that thought, it means the table, the feast, isn't out there somewhere we have to reach.
Where it's already inside.
It's already within us. Then you look at the Torah, Deuteronomy, where it talks about choice. So powerful.
I have set before you life and death, blessing and curse. Choose life.
Right. And that's not passive advice, is it? It highlights our active role, our power to choose alignment with our highest potential.
Choosing the feast over the crumbs, basically.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we hold the key. Abundance or scarcity? The choice point is right here.
And the Quran, too, reinforces this. Surah 2.286, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Now, you could read that as just being about resilience, but the interpretation here is deeper, isn't it?
Yes, it's seen as a testament to our inherent capability. Like you said earlier, almost like we have this inner capacity, this superpower maybe, that we forgot.
Untapped potential.
Untapped potential, exactly. We're meant for, well, abundance, spiritual freedom, not being stuck in limitation. But the catch, according to these sources, is you have to access it.
And how do you do that?
By remembering, by realizing who you truly are, what this incredible spiritual inheritance actually is. It's always been ours, apparently, just waiting.
Okay, so these ancient texts lay the groundwork. They tell us the potential is there, the inheritance is real. But how do we, practically unlock it? How do we go from knowing it intellectually to actually living it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And this is where some of the other sources come in, offering a more structured path. Specifically, the teachings described as being from the Sacred Atlantean Brotherhood.
Right, the ones you brought to the table. These seem to offer a very step-by-step journey.
They do. It's presented as a clear progression towards recognizing and really claiming this divine birthright.
So walk us through it. Where does it start?
It begins with what's called the initiate degree. That covers the first 3 levels, or degrees.
Okay.
And this is where you're first introduced to these core Atlantean concepts. The big one is unity with the divine essence. And they use these symbols: the ocean, the wave, and the ship.
Ocean, wave, ship, what do those represent?
Well, they're not just symbols. They're called working tools. The ocean is like the infinite divine source, the totality. The wave is you, an individual expression, but never separate from the ocean.
So you're always part of the whole.
Always. Fundamentally connected. You're never truly lacking or separate. And the ship, that's kind of your journey through life, navigating the day-to-day. But the key insight right from the start is remembering you are the wave.
You're part of the ocean even when you feel like you're just in your little ship.
Precisely. It's about reconnecting with something you already are, not gaining something new. It directly counters that eating crumbs feeling. Because how can a wave truly be separate from the ocean's abundance?
That's a powerful reframe right at the beginning.
It is. It challenges that feeling of separation and lack that often drives us to chase the crumbs in the first place.
Okay, so that's the initiate level. What comes next?
Next, you move into the navigator degree, which covers levels 4 through 6. Here, the focus shifts inward, but in a different way. It's about the power of your senses and your rational mind.
Our senses and thoughts, how do they fit in?
Well, the teaching here is that these aren't just tools for basic survival, seeing obstacles, figuring things out logically. They're described as keys.
Keys. Keys to what?
Keys to unlocking the wisdom of the cosmos, believe it or not.
Wow, okay. Keys to the cosmos.
Right.
That's big. What does that mean practically? Like, how are my everyday thoughts a key to cosmic wisdom?
It implies our thoughts and perceptions are far more powerful than we usually acknowledge. They don't just reflect reality. They can actively shape it or attune us to deeper truths. But there's a challenge noted here, too.
Which is?
That many people have these keys, their senses, their mind, but they don't really use them in this way. They refuse to embrace this truth, as one text puts it.
So they live without fully realizing the power they have, like having, I don't know, a high-performance car and only driving it to the corner store?
That's a great analogy. Or having the map to treasure and, like you said earlier, using it as a placemat. There's a reluctance, maybe, or just unawareness to fully engage that inner potential of mind and sense.
So how do you move past that reluctance?
The sources emphasize practice, contemplation, mindfulness, really learning to wield these tools consciously. It's like training. And for those who do, who commit to that, they reach the captain degree.
Levels 7 through 9.
Right. And this is where things get really interesting. The teachings guide you to transcend the purely physical world, to align with higher truths, using intuition, inner vision, conscience, more subtle faculties.
Okay, so moving beyond just the rational mind and basic senses.
Exactly. And here, new working tools are introduced. There's the blazing star representing your inner guidance, that spark of divine wisdom within.
Your inner compass.
Kind of, yeah. Then the sextant, which is about aligning that inner compass with universal truths, navigating by those higher principles. And finally, the bell.
The bell. What's that symbolize?
Resonance. That clear signal you get when you're truly aligned, truly connected. It signifies being ready to manifest your deepest desires, but importantly, in alignment with universal law, not just ego.
So it's about becoming a conscious creator, but in harmony with the bigger picture.
That's a good way to put it. It's the full awakening of that divine potential, the ability to consciously participate in creation.
And this brings us right back to the start, doesn't it? The prodigal son. So many people, according to these teachings, remain unaware of this captain-level potential within them.
Completely unaware, still distracted by the illusions of the world, as the texts say, still focused on the external, the fleeting, the crumbs.
When the real feast, this inner power, this connection is waiting.
Absolutely. The core message running through all these Atlantean degrees is consistent. You are born with the innate ability to access divine knowledge and power. It's inherent.
It's our birthright.
It's our birthright, and it's only through this kind of awakening process, the remembering, the training, the aligning, that we can stop struggling for scraps and really step into that abundance, live our divine purpose.
Wow, that's a comprehensive path.
Yep.
And it all seems to lead towards one ultimate realization, captured in that quote from Grandmaster Waxira you shared.
Ah, yes. That one really hits home, I think.
Can you share it again? It feels like the capstone to all this.
Sure. Grandmaster Waxira teaches, when you awaken to your true nature, you will see that you have never lacked anything. The table has always been full, but you have been blind to it.
Blind to it.
Open your eyes to the divine truth within, and all will be revealed.
That lands powerfully after exploring those stages. It suggests the lack we feel isn't real.
Exactly. It challenges our most basic perception of reality, doesn't it? The idea that the abundance, the feast, it's not something we need to create or find or earn.
It's already here. It's always been here.
Always. We were just blind to it. Our
Hmm.
perception was limited, focused on the crumbs, maybe. It makes you think how often we search frantically outside ourselves for things, peace, joy, fulfillment, abundance that these teachings say have always been right here, inside.
So, this whole deep dive then has really been about illuminating that shift, that profound move away from settling for crumbs.
And towards embracing the delicacies, the richness of our inherent divine potential.
Recognizing our worth, our birthright, and seeing the abundance that's already present, both within us and all around us. It's a journey of opening our eyes.
It really is. And maybe that leads us to the final thought for you listening right now.
Go for it.
If, as Grandmaster Wakira suggests, the table has always been full, just take a moment to consider.
Mm.
What's one crumb you might be clinging to in your life right now? Maybe unnecessarily.
A limiting belief, a situation you've settled in.
Could be anything. And then just ask yourself, what's one small step, maybe even a tiny one, you could take today to start opening your eyes? To even just peek at a delicacy that perhaps has always been waiting for you?